Hi, Miss Deanna here, Youth Services Librarian with the Haywood County Public Library at the Canton Branch. Welcome to our virtual program, Elementary STEAM. First, I want to speak to that word STEAM, not like steam that comes out of a tea kettle. It's an acronym. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. And the focus of these videos that are STEAM related go into one of those categories or sometimes a couple of categories. Today's program is Beautiful Butterfly and Craft. So we're going to explore using library resources, a print resource, and then I'm going to mention some digital resources where you can get extra information about butterflies. And you are going to see how I use the index in the book that I'm going to pull about butterflies. When I'm learning about a new topic, I tend to think to myself, what do I already know about butterflies, since that's our topic today? And I feel like I know a lot about butterflies, but I probably don't know everything about butterflies. Then I think to myself, well, what do I want to learn about butterflies? I think it's amazing to see them in flight and their wings and how they work. So I'm going to make that the focus of my exploration today as I use a book. I'm going to use the index in the book as a nonfiction text feature to find information. Nonfiction books are informational books. They're true information on different topics. And in the juvenile nonfiction section, as in the adult nonfiction section, nonfiction is generally organized by the Dewey Decimal System. And in the Dewey Decimal System, to find out information about butterflies, you go to 595.78. One thing you also can do, if you're not exactly sure where to go in nonfiction, because it can be a little confusing at times, is to go to our catalog. You can access that online at haywoodlibrary.org. And if you just do a subject search, that will give you a general idea of where you might can look for things. So let's take a moment and explore the index of this particular book. The book I pulled is by Seymour Simon, called Butterflies. Seymour Simon is well known for his juvenile nonfiction that he writes, the information books on lots of different topics. This particular one happens to be butterflies. I'm going to mention the publisher real quick. It's by Collins, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. So I'm sharing this with their permission. Although I'm not going to read the entire book to you like I would in a story time. So sometimes when I just want to learn not everything from the front to the back of this book, but I already know some about butterflies, I'm going to use the index. The index is typically found at the back of the book. And it is a list of keywords from the book in alphabetical order. This page also includes a glossary. Glossary are a definition of key terms that are found in the book. But in this index, I'm going to scan, and I see lots of things words I'm familiar with, like antenna and proboscis. I also see wings. I also see a word that I'm not really familiar with called scales. And I notice that wings mentions page 17, that you can find where they're talking about wings, and scales also is mentioned on page 17. So I'm going to turn to page 17 and see what I can learn. Let's see here. I'm going to scan the page to see, I see the word scales. Now I know scales weigh things, and I also know there's fish have scales, but let me read what it says about scales on a butterfly. Thousands of tiny scales cover every part of butterfly and moth bodies, but you can see the scales most easily on their wings. The brown powders on your fingers when you touch a butterfly are its scales. They are loosely attached and come off easily and without harm. I don't think that means I should go pick up a butterfly, but that is really cool. So they are covered with scales, and they have a really some interesting pictures in this book too. I would strongly recommend that you try to check this out. So that's just a quick way to show you how you can use the index to locate keywords for information, and then find that information in the nonfiction book. want to take a moment and tell you about a couple of digital resources that you can access. One is Tumblebooks, and you can download the Tumblebooks app. Then you will just need your library card number to access the resource. But once you get into Tumblebooks, if you do a Tumble search, it'll pull up several fields that you can choose from. If you go by subject and do butterflies, you'll find a few resources there. One of the books, I believe, is called Butterfly's Patient. It's a really good story, and the nice feature about Tumblebooks is that for many of their books, as it reads to you, it highlights the text. So it's a really good resource to use. Another resource I want to mention is Films on Demand. You access it the same way. Go to haywoodlibrary.org, click on Online Resources, and scroll down till you see Films on Demand. You will need your library card. You will also need to create an account. I believe they want your email address. But once you do that, you can access lots and lots and lots of educational films. The ones I found about butterflies, there's a couple of short ones. One's called Butterflies, Caterpillars in Disguise. There's another short one called The Physics of Butterfly Flight. And then there's a longer one called The Incredible Journey of Butterflies. So I would definitely check out that resource. It could be very helpful to you for more than just learning about butterflies. Now we're going to take a virtual field trip. That is another way that you can learn about a topic. We happen to have here at the Canton Library, in our giving garden behind the library, we have a Monarch Way Station. Notice I wore my Monarch scarf today. Monarch butterflies they do this great migration thing, and they end up migrating all the way to Mexico, and then they migrate back. So it's a pretty cool thing, and by having a Monarch Way Station, we provide resources that the butterflies would need to help along their safe passage. So let's go up to the Giving Garden, to our Monarch Way Station, and learn more about what makes the Monarch Way Station a Monarch Way Station. And a little bit later, there's going to be some quick footage of a monarch butterfly. Stalking butterflies can be a little bit tricky. You have to be really stealth. But I did run into one up in the garden recently. This is our Monarch Way Station, situated in the Giving Garden behind the Canton Branch Library. We have some nice signage here I'm going to read to you. What a Monarch Way Station is. Get those shadows out of the way. So, this site provides milkweeds, nectar sources, and shelter needed to sustain monarch butterflies as they migrate through North America. It is certified and registered by the Monarch Watch as an official Monarch Way Station. We have master gardeners that keep up the Monarch Way Station. It has to meet certain requirements. There have to be 3 types of milkweed planted. I'm going to show those to you next. One type of milkweed is this swamp milkweed. It looks like this. Another kind of milkweed is this orange one that you see. It's called butterfly weed. And finally, we have our common milkweed, which looks like this, grows really tall. We also have a patch of the common milkweed planted at the front of the library near the parking lot. So that's another way to attract the monarch butterflies. These particular types of milkweed are specific to the monarch butterfly. Now, does that mean that's the only thing we're trying to attract up here? No. Lots and lots of other pollinators and butterflies, bees, all kinds of things are up here at different times. And of course, while I'm filming, there's nothing up here. I can't seem to catch anything right now. But that is the purpose of this being situated up here in the garden. Now we're going to create a butterfly. This is the craft part of it. We're going to create a butterfly using washable magic markers, water, 2 coffee filters, and a pipe cleaner. And the colors in the magic marker, once you create your design, the water is going to spread the colors out. It's really cool the way it happens. And then I'll show you step by step how to create your butterfly. Thanks for watching. If you want to send a picture of the butterfly you create to me, that would be awesome. I'll put my email address on the last slide. If you have any questions about any library resources on any topic whatsoever, please feel free to call us here at the Canton Branch, 648-2924, or you can email me and I will help get you connected to resources. Thanks so much for watching.